Okay, thank you. Good afternoon. We're just going to give our board update for May 24th, 2022. This last couple of weeks, we've had a lot of activities in my office. We've been out in the community supporting our businesses, supporting our veterans, participating in the Orange Parade, participating in giving testimony for legislation that relates to veterans. And also we had our Orange County OC Live concert series, which we had planned last year and funded all of the live musicians, and were able to have a really great event over the last 6 days. A lot of people came out. Next slide, please. Tomorrow we'll be hosting our State of the County, and we will be having that at the Old County Courthouse, which is right here in Santa Ana. And it'll be followed by an old-fashioned barbecue hosted by Newport Rib Company. We also have some of our local 4th Street vendors that will help to support the event tomorrow. You will need to register in advance because seating is limited. And so if you would like to still attend, you can call 714-834-3220. Next slide. And of course, we heard already today and at the emergency meeting about some of our local public safety events that happened, the tragic coastal fire, the tragic shooting in Laguna Woods, and we will obviously debrief and learn all we can to better prepare for the next crises. This year has been a year filled with one crisis after another, and I've only been here 1 year, but I kind of think that's not normal. And so I want to thank our county team, our county employees, our communications, our public safety, everybody, Public Works, who've just really stepped up this year and have been very responsive. And I'll echo the comments and the adjournment by Supervisor Bartlett for Dr. Chang. We all on the board have expressed our opposition to hate, and we will remember Dr. Chang as a hero who definitely saved others, especially given that the average age there that day was probably somewhere around 70. So much more damage could have been done. And then the coastal fire is contained. We adopted at the board last week a declaration to allow Laguna Niguel and Laguna Beach and the county to receive reimbursement for the cost of the fire response. And then I actually requested that the fire chief or his designee provide a report at a future meeting regarding our county's fire mitigation plan and our needs. I know many have been working on that. It's just that maybe we need to kind of share some of that, share it with the public, and talk about what we might need to do as a county board to address. And then, of course, Supervisor Bartlett brought Henry, our canine compassion companion, who helped residents in the coastal fire. And I just think that it's great that we have this kind of a service here in Orange County and whatever city it's in. It's great that we have, dogs can provide lots of companionship and help people get through crises a little bit easier. Next slide, please. One of our other priorities is public transportation. On yesterday is May 23rd, I attended the Orange County Board meeting for our OCTA, Orange County Transportation Authority, and we are embarking on a study. The board voted to pursue a study to better understand the changes public transit needs of our residents. We discussed discontinuation of the Express Freeway program, which is the express bus that would take you maybe from one area in Orange County to Los Angeles. It's very underutilized, and so we will be discontinuing that. We also discussed continuation of the Flex program. Supervisor Bartlett actually had a good idea to partner with the shuttle senior services shuttle bus to be able to maybe get people from one location to the bus that's going to go to a longer route. So we're going to be looking into that. And then we also discussed how do we really reach the riders and get their actual feedback. So Mayor Sarmiento had a great idea about getting on the bus, and also during the 6 o'clock hour, which the OCTA staff already had planned, which is great. And they're going to be jumping on the bus, interviewing people right there, riding the bus, getting their direct feedback. I suggested that they go to the PTAs, the DLAC, so that we have, families are included and in multiple languages. So there's a lot going on at the Orange County Transportation Authority, and we did discuss the business interruption funds, and the board is not pursuing that at this time, and we will hopefully have some additional research on that. But the good news, next slide please, is that we are here at the county able to support our businesses with the business interruption grants that came out of my office, up to $1.2 million. We're partnering with the city of Santa Ana so that we'll fold in directly into the program that they already have existing. Many of those businesses that already received a grant from the city of Santa Ana have already filled out the application, everything. We'll be able to expeditiously get them an additional grant depending on the number of employees that they have. So trying as best we can to get that moving out next week. And also met with several Santa Ana businesses regarding not related to the 4th Street issue, but related to the Yale shelter. And I want to thank Doug Beck from our Office of Care and Coordination. I sent him a list of addresses and concerns by property owners who had people, bring in a mattress and all kinds of some belongings and really just setting up camp right on a business's front property, which we do not allow. That is not something that would be allowed. And so he sent his team right out there. They responded the same day. I cannot thank him enough for that, because that's exactly what our residents and our businesses expect from county services. And they cleared the encampments. They directed the individuals to services, the shelter and other potential services for them. They actually washed areas that had waste and other things. And so I'm so grateful. And it's just, that's what we have to do. We just have to be on it. And they have agreed that they will continue to patrol that area, making sure that we don't have any ancillary impacts from our shelter operations. That's very important to me. I know it's very important to everyone. And moving on to the next slide. As you heard earlier, we did appoint our new airport director. I can't wait to get to work with her. We met with her, and she's going to start in mid-June. She's really somebody that I find to be just, I use this word over and over, earnest. That's the best word I can use to describe her, because she seems a very thoughtful person, not going to say something before she has all the facts, and I think that's what we need in our airport director, given the challenges there. Also, one of the reasons that I really supported her, in addition to her, I think, hard work ethic, earnestness, and ability to collaborate with others, is that she has a lot of experience in sustainable practices at airports and how to green up our airport. This is one of the most toxic assets that we own. How do we green it up? And I'm looking forward to hearing all of her great ideas on that. We did receive some sort of a preview. We did receive final approval from the FAA for our Fly Friendly program and our new departure. And so we're going to be launching that soon. Supervisor Bartlett and I are partnering on that. And so stay tuned. We're trying to do our best to reduce the noise over the neighborhoods as best we can until the technology improves. Next slide. Addressing climate change is an ongoing priority for my office. Learning about what all is available in terms of what are some of our businesses here in Orange County doing to address climate change and carbon neutrality. We recently toured Rivian Automotive, which is in Tustin, and Rivian is doing amazing work. They are getting electric trucks. And these trucks they can go to 0 to 60 in like 3 seconds, which I don't know that that's a good idea. But these are very quality trucks, and we got to take a tour of the whole plant and learn all about their research and development, about how they're housing, vehicle engineering and design, propulsion, the battery system development. This company is transforming a simple battery cell into a complex electric truck, and it's pretty amazing. They're committed to carbon neutrality, and they are doing just work for the future. So we also talked to them about, because one of their main engineers, he is a veteran and served in the Iraq War, and so we got to talking about hiring veterans. And so I shared with them about our veterans program, where we have a workforce development program where we will pay the wages, especially for these kinds of technical experienced veterans who are coming out of the service and moving into civilian life and needing to be placed in some kind of a technical position. So we're going to partner with them, and they're going to start hiring our veterans. So it was a win-win day. Next slide. Addressing homelessness, again, is a top priority for me. Last week, we announced our county point-in-time count numbers, and I am pleased to report, which has already been reported, but I'll remind everyone that the county fell in terms of the numbers of people experiencing homelessness 17% since 2019. And if you can see that there's still 280 veterans, 235 transitional aged youth, that's 18 to 24-year-olds, and 718 seniors, ages 62 or older, that are still living homeless on our streets. We have the ability and the capacity to be able to house all of those subpopulations very, very soon. This new program of converting motels into permanent supportive housing is really an answer to what we have been long struggling with. So I'm looking forward to how Project Home Key continues to transform our community and help people who are experiencing homelessness. We also have entered into the next phase with our consultant, Moss Adams, to continue to review the housing, homelessness, addiction, and mental health related funding from the county, and looking at the performance audits and metrics for success, and getting recommendations back from them so that we can use those funds better to help more people. Next slide. And our COVID health update. COVID cases are ticking up just slightly. It's kind of a strange time, though, because even though some people are getting sick with COVID, it's not really that they're getting very sick, but they are catching COVID. We have now 2.3 million Orange County residents fully vaccinated. That means that they've got 2 shots. And then in addition, almost 1.3 have a booster or a 4th shot. So we definitely have a good portion, 75% of Orange County vaccinated. The 7-day average positivity rate is 5%. We're seeing a few upticks, but what we're not seeing is a great increase in our hospitalizations, our ICUs, those more serious cases. There is a Pfizer COVID vaccine booster now for children 5 to 11 that was approved by the FDA. Children 5 to 11 can receive their booster shot 5 months after completing their primary series of 2 shots. And we are now receiving, the federal government has approved offering 8 free COVID tests available to U.S. households, and that you can get at covid.gov/tests. You can also go to Latino Health Access right here in Santa Ana on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Tuesdays 9 to 1, Thursdays 12 to 4, and you can get tested. It's really important to test if you don't feel good, so that way you don't spread it to someone else at work or at home. All right, and that's our last slide. Other than these are the committees that we are appointed to, and been enjoying the work that we're doing with many of these new committees that I'm getting to learn all about Orange County with. And then we have, as I shared previously, we have a new team member. Her name is Cindy Tran. We need to update the slide. And she is second from the right. And she's going to be helping us with our Transportation Authority assignments and helping in our events. So really glad to have Cindy join our team. She's a county employee of 24 years. So we're really excited. She has a lot of experience. And if you need anything from us, we're here to serve. Please call 714-834-3220, or you can follow us on social media. Next slide. And you can learn all about what's happening, and you can contact us through our email, or you can get our newsletter. It comes out every Friday, sometimes Saturday morning, depending on how late we're out here. But it does contain a lot of information about county resources, things happening in the community. And if you have something you want us to amplify, please do send it to us by Wednesday. We'll put it in the newsletter. That's it. That's all I have for today. Thank you, everyone. Have a great week. Take care.
Thank you, Supervisor.